Hey everybody, I'm back. We're going to dive into an important topic here that you've been seeing around the crypto world, and that's Ethereum ETFs. We're going to look at when I believe we'll see that listing. Right now they're approved, but we still need to see that listing on the SIBO side. And then we're going to look at how that looks for Ethereum overall price wise and how that affected Bitcoin when their ETFs came out, and then what we can expect for the overall market over the next several months. So, diving in here, if you remember this past week, the SEC gave a very important deadline to get their updated S1 filings in as of May 31st. The deadline was by end of day, May 31st, and looking at the calendar here, we're June 1st, so just looking back, that's the 31st, this past Friday. The reason why that's important is my projection is we see that SIBO listing of these Ethereum ETFs by the 5th, as late as the 7th of this upcoming month of June. The reason why is, if you remember, we got that same update on January 5th that the SEC gave those hedge funds, hey, you have by 8 a.m. Monday to get those in. Let's pull up our calendar here. Looking back, so January that 5th, they told them they had Monday the 8th. And then if you remember, Bitcoin ETFs, just looking back, January 10th, they were approved. If you go to SIBO and look up when they were listed, you can see the same information. So taking that, looking back at Bitcoin, seeing that Ethereum's following in the same footsteps on how the SEC is handling this type of situation, we are going to see that listing this week, I believe. So taking that, let's look back at Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin up through November, December, we can see it's on a nice upward climb. And just for those who don't know, I'm using CoinGecko here. And then when you click on something like Bitcoin or a specific coin, a lot of them have these live or trading view options right there on CoinGecko. You can go to trading view. This one's actually using trading view. You can go to trading light, different resources out there to see the same information. But looking at it here, you'll see we're going up through December. And now we're into January, right? We're into 2024 coming in here. When we get through here, now we're into 2024. Okay, so if you remember, January 10th, it was approved. So if you see Bitcoin starts this nice little upward trend as it's getting closer, then it goes down, consolidation, and then it starts its upward trend as this news is coming out. Hey, it's listing. All the way to January 11th when it runs up to 48,000. And those who have been in the game for a while, Bitcoin was all the way down to 16,000 something. I don't remember off the top of my head. So that was last year, then running up to 48,000. Those who bought around, that range, the 20,000 range, even the 30,000 range, you were up. But what the rich did, the elite, the market movers, is you can see right after that news came out, they ran it and then they knocked it down. They took retailers for a ride. They exhausted you, retailers. They paper handed you. They knocked it down by January 23rd to 38,000, $10,000 difference, okay? And then they kept that consolidation going all the way till the first week of February. Then those who held through, those who consolidated, maybe dollar cost average because they bought back when it was an all-time high in 2021, they took it for a nice run. From February 7th all the way up through March, they took it all the way to its all-time high, okay? And that's where they got a lot of people. They took it right after the ETF news, they sold it, consolidated it, and then ran it. Now, if you take that type of mindset of what we just looked at with Bitcoin, you fast forward to current with what's going on with Ethereum. Ethereum's been on a nice upward trend. You can see these numbers right on CoinGecko. The year 103, 30-day 26, 14-day 22. I mean, just in the last hour is the only red, and that's not even 1%. So you can see it's similar to Bitcoin. Just looking back, nice upward trend that's been going on through February, and then it went on a little consolidation here, and now it's its upward trend as we just got this big news of the SEC saying, hey, get your updated S1 filings in. We're going to look at how we can see who got their filings in here in a moment, but what I'm thinking happened here is if we get that news by, so here's June, obviously this is the 1st and this would be the 10th over here, we should see something like this. Starts running up towards its all-time high, right? And we get to about June 6th, when the news starts to come out, then they start this downward trend. And they get those. They trap the longers. They make the retailers sell all throughout here. Because what they're going to do is they most likely will consolidate for about a month or 3 or 4 weeks. You know what they, apologize for that. Let me get that off there. What they did for this past run with the ETF news that came out for Bitcoin, right? So don't be surprised if they do something like this. But if you hold on, if you play their game, okay, they might touch the all-time high, and right underneath it, they're going to take it to its real all-time high after. That's what they did with Bitcoin. That's what they're going to do with Ethereum, okay? They tend to be very smart and calculated with this information. I'd be very shocked if it did anything different, okay? And that being said, I'm going to come over here to our handy dandy SEC website. I already had it up here, but I'm going to show you how you can find it. Just go into the sec.gov, go to filings, and use the Egger tool. Egger tool, if you remember from my first video, allows you to do all kinds of searches for many different things, but we're using it for crypto related purposes. So I'm going to search Ethereum, right? And I'm going to click filed, and that allows me to put it in the most recent at the top, and you can see all these hedge funds got their S1s in by the 31st. If you look at all the filings on the 31st alone, I'll let you go through it. I've already gone through it multiple times, but it's all the same. It literally is, okay? And they knew this was going to happen. They were prepared for this. They're ready to go. And we're going to see that listing coming up, okay? So, again, don't be surprised if it starts running this week up until that news comes out, a day after the news even, and they knock it down. If they knock it down, dollar cost average if they get you at the top here. If not, and you have the extra money, load up here. That's not financial advice, it's common sense. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just showing you exactly what's going to happen the same way they did Bitcoin, if y'all remember, okay? They're doing it right here with Ethereum. Now, I want y'all to stay tuned because I'm going to have that same type of big information coming out with XRP. If y'all remember from my first video, XRP and SHIB I hold dear to my heart. This was Kid Crypto coming to you just to bring you some good information on Ethereum and when we can expect that SIBO listing. If y'all remember from my first video, SIBO, the Chicago Board Options Exchange, is a self-regulatory organization. SEC had no authority here. Okay, they already knew they were going to get these listings. They were just getting everything in a row, and I want to show y'all how you can do your own research and figure that information out. Why you can be diamond hands and know when to start to do that technical analysis, look back at different coins and put that on the future coins that are going to have these same type of financial instruments that hedge funds are now taking advantage of. We're going to be staying tuned here, hopefully. We'll be looking with updates coming out on the FIT 21 Act. I mean, we got the largest GDP in the world, the U.S., talking about regulation, getting ready to be crypto-friendly regulation. That's going to create a bull run that we've never seen. So definitely stay tuned to Kid Crypto. I'm bringing you a lot of good information. I can make that joke that this was a much shorter video than that first one, but I want to thank y'all again. And to all those who watched that first video, I love y'all, and stay tuned. Some big information coming out soon.